Hi guys, KL here. When creating a story for a book, comic, webtoon, or any medium, there are a number of methods you can use to make your story a little bit better. When looking for methods, or tricks, or implements, I like to look at some of the greats, and today we'll be going over Stan Lee and his favorite method of alliteration. Now, alliteration is Peter Parker, Bruce Banner, Daredevil, and Silver Surfer. Just to name 4 out of 100 he's made. All these names use alliteration, which is essentially using words starting with the same letter at the start of each word that follows. This can be used on names, however, it can also be used in sentences as well. She sells seashells by the seashore. I got that, okay, is a common one that is used to help actors warm up. But it's also an example of alliteration, as most of the words in the sentence follow with an S, right? However, how does alliteration improve your story? Well, in essence, it adds a way to add variety as well as rememberability. Now, when you have stories, you can have unique and complicated names. However, if every character has this trend of complicated names, it just becomes tediously annoying to remember each and every single one of their names, right? But by using alliteration, we can take a simple name and give it a bit of a flair and try to make it more memorable. Let's take a very common name, James. Well, this is a name used by hundreds of people, tens of thousands, if not a million people around the globe. And, characters as well in stories, right? There's so many characters named James. It doesn't differentiate itself from what has come before. Well, then the answer is simple, right? We just got to give the character a last name. It sounds, that's how we differentiate. But then the question is, how do I make both names important? Because if it's James something, what is gonna make make an audience member read the full name, right? When it's just so much easier to read James. Well, you got to give importance to it and make it stand out. Well, we can take James and make his whole name James Jr. Jackson. James Jr. Jackson had a very boring and forgettable name. Now, he doesn't. It has been elevated to the point that people will more likely remember it because it used a simple technique of alliteration. This is the whole reason Stan Lee implemented it into the stories he created, because it made it so much easier for him to remember all the characters he created, as well as it had the benefit of the audience now remembering it as well. It was killing two birds with one stone. So when creating characters, find ways to add alliteration when a name is maybe too boring or you feel like it's very cliche, right? Try to add that spice. But going beyond that, you can also add alliteration into your stories to also add variety and memorability. You can use it to give a flair to that boring paragraph you've just been stuck on, that you've rewritten 4 times and it's not going anywhere, and anyone who tries to read it just says, I just don't want to, Spice it up by giving it some alliteration. And if the dialogue's boring as well, maybe have a character use some of that alliteration for some flair. And maybe, just maybe, your story will be 12% better. Now, what do I mean by 12% better? Is that if your story is currently, let's say its score is 25 out of 100 in your head, well then 12% better will make it a 28 out of 100. And 50 out of 100 will make it a 56 out of 100. And if it's 100 out of 100, it'll be 112 out of 100. Why do I need to explain this maths? I have no idea. Maybe just to cover my ass or something, but let's just say thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and if you enjoyed the content currently on this channel, please feel free to follow, and I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye.